push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone.
I'm in the big leagues, told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Told him that I gotta go, dog. I'm riding the road, y'all. I think that I'm back in my bag now. So I need that go, y'all. Got hits when he throwing the fastball. Just too quick for it, peeling off like the whip orange. Seen they effort, this boy, I got too much I gotta tend to. Car payments and the rent due. Told y'all that I'm 6 foot, but with the money statement I'm 10 to. Too much that I've been through, so I put it all in that rear view. Clean money in a black whip, got old problems with the friends new. Yeah, I'm in the big leagues, told her don't miss me. Ballin' like
our opponent. Batting first in left field, Josh Flowers. At third base, Mason Ziegler.
Live from Memorial Park Field in Royal Oak, Michigan, RDS Films proudly presents exciting summer college baseball as the Royal Oak Leprechauns play host to the Southfield Redbirds. Hello, everyone. This is Ed Contos along with my partner Jake Delata, all set to bring you all the exciting action. This is the first of 3 straight morning games today through Friday before the official opening day when the Leprechauns take on the Jetbox in a non-league game Saturday night at 7:05 p.m. Well, it's a cloudy day here. The weatherman says we might get some rain about 11 o'clock or so, but hopefully we can get this game in. Actually, I guess it's 1 o'clock. Right now it's 11 o'clock Eastern time, so hopefully we can get this game in. And welcome everyone to Season 2 for the Royal Oak Leprechauns. We're excited to be here, and we expect big things this year from the Leprechauns, who have a brand new coaching staff. And there's about 7 or 8 players back from last year, and it should be a great season as the Royal Oak Leprechauns have season number 2. This broadcast is authorized by RDS Films and by the Royal Oak Leprechauns, Mark Sakic, President and General Manager. Any rebroadcast or other use of this play-by-play without the express written consent of the Royal Oak Leprechauns is strictly prohibited. So it'll be 3 straight games against the Redbirds. All the games starting at 11:05 in the morning today, tomorrow, and Friday. And then it'll be the official opening day with the Leprechauns taking on the Jetbox here at Memorial Park Field, although that will be a non-league game. And I'll be giving you the starting lineups for both teams coming up momentarily. The first inning of today's game is brought to you by Tanya's Pizza. Tanya's Pizza has proudly been serving award-winning pizza to Royal Oak since 1987, from homemade dough and sauce that they make daily with a touch of family love to the finished pizzas and food that comes from the ovens. This family-owned store takes great pride in serving their loyal customers. So stop by and grab a little slice of heaven for yourself. They're located on Crooks Road, just south of 13 Mile. Thank you, Tanya's Pizza, for being a Green Banner sponsor. Okay, and let's run down the starting lineups. First of all, for the visitors, the Southfield Redbirds, leading off and playing left field is Josh Flowers. Batting second will be the third baseman, Mason Ziegler. Batting third and catching is number 27, Greg Smith. Batting fourth and playing right field is Andrew Rajewski. Batting fifth and playing first base is Connor McCormick. Batting sixth is a DH, B.J. Caldwell. Batting seventh is the shortstop, Mason Ziegler. Batting eighth is the second baseman, Robert Cortez. And batting ninth and playing center field is Cortez Phillips. That's the lineup for the Southfield, the Redbirds. Their head coach is Brian Johnson.
Man, I'm excited for today, Ed. It's always a pleasure working with you.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited to be here, too. There's no question about it. This game could not come soon enough for me, Rocky. And now for your Leprechauns, leading off and playing center field is Chase Franken. Batting second, a returnee from last year, shortstop Connor McLennan. Batting third in right field is Gavin Gainham. Batting cleanup is the catcher, Zach Horkey. Batting fifth is the first baseman, Alex Cole. Batting sixth at third base is Jacob Yarberry. Batting seventh is the second baseman, Drew Hennig. Batting eighth is Matt Jennings in left field. And the designated hitter will bat ninth, Reese Trahey. Christopher Schmies is on the mound for your Leprechauns, and we're ready for the first pitch of the 2022 season. And here it is from the right-hander, a fastball, and this one is outside. We're underway. 1 ball and no strikes to count on Josh Flowers. As I mentioned, a cloudy day, overcast. But when it's baseball, it's always a good time to play regardless of the weather. Another fastball. This one is in tight for ball. 2 balls and no strikes. That's the count on the left fielder, Josh Flowers. Now, we understand the Redbirds will be changing the lineup completely around at the halfway point, whatever that is. So that might be the 4th inning, maybe the 5th inning, as the pitch is a little bit low for ball, and the count is 3 balls and no strikes. The Leprechauns are clad in their home jerseys, the white jerseys, white pants, dark green socks. There's a fastball, and this one is a called strike. Great fastball by Christopher Schmies out on the mound. The pitch, another fastball. Here's a bouncing ball hit on the right side. It'll be an easy play for the first baseman. He'll go over to the pitcher, and that's 1 up and 1 down. So score that one 3-1. And the next hitter will be the second baseman, Mason Ziegler. 1 down, nobody on, just underway here from Memorial Park Field. There's been a lot of improvements made to the field in the offseason. If you get a chance, come on out here to Memorial Park Field. They now have an asphalt driveway all the way around the field on the exterior. There is a new screen in center field, which is referred to as a blackout screen that helps the players pick up the pitches. That was one of the complaints that the team got last year, that the players couldn't pick up the ball. Well, there's a nice black screen that'll definitely help out. Now the windup by Schmies. Here's a curveball. This one is outside for ball.
They're located out in left field behind the scoreboard. If you got to go, that's where you got to go. The bathroom behind the scoreboard in left field.
1 down, nobody on here in the top half of inning number 1. Season opener, which is in tight for ball. This, of course, is a non-league game, as will the next couple of games be. But they're all morning games, and there's a lot of kids in attendance. And we got a pretty good turnout here. The windup by Schmies. He delivers a fastball, and this one is outside for ball. So that'll be a free pass. It'll be a walk to Mason Ziegler. He's on at first base with 1 down. And that'll bring up the catcher, Greg Smith, number 27. Now, most of the players for the Redbirds do not have numbers. And I think there's a few varieties of uniforms, too. But Greg does have a number 27, and he is the catcher for the Redbirds. Pitch is in tight for ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Nice rendition of our national anthem by Charlotte Murray, just preceding the game. Pitch is way in tight for ball. And I'm keeping an eye over at Ziegler at first base. He's getting a pretty good lead over there. He might be running. He's at first with 1 down here in the top half of the first inning. Schmies now delivers, and this one is swung on and missed. A big cut taken by Smith, but no contact. Here's a curveball swung on and missed. Nice movement on that pitch by Schmies. Christopher, of course, was another player that was on the team last year. Here's the pitch. There goes a runner, just like I thought, and the pitch is not handled by the catcher, so that'll be a stolen base for Ziegler. He's on at second now in scoring position with one down.
We got 2 outs, I think. We just struck him out there.
Strikeout. Yep, you're right. So that'll bring up the right fielder, Andrew Grajewski. Runner at second with 2 down. The Southfield Redbirds taking on the Leprechauns from Royal Oak. Another curveball by Christopher. This is a called strike. Here's the pitch, another curveball. This one is a little bit low for ball. Pitch is outside for ball. Let's set that lineup for you defensively for the Leprechauns. As I mentioned, that Schmies out on the mound. His battery mate is Zach Horkey. Around the infield, they got Yarberry at third, McLennan, a returnee from last year at short, Henning at second, and Cole at first base. In the outfield from left to right, it's Jennings, Franken, and Gainham. There goes the runner down to third. The throw goes into left field, and we're going to see our first run in the game. So that'll be a throwing error to the catcher, Horkey, and the Redbirds jump out in front 1-0 here in the opening inning. So give Zeller a stolen base, and he scores on the wild throw. It's now 1-0 here in the top half of the first inning. Rajewski, the hitter, now with nobody on base. Here's the pitch, and this one is outside. Another walk given up by Schmies. So Rajewski is at first base with 2 down on the walk, and that'll bring up Connor McCormick, the first baseman.
Now batting Connor McCormick.
Redbirds in their black jerseys with white pants. Connor is a right-hand batter. He takes the pitch outside for ball. So Christopher Schmies throwing quite a few pitches here in the opening inning. The windup by the right-hander. He checks the runner. There he goes down to second. Here comes the throw. It's a high throw, and the ball gets over the second baseman's head, but backed up nicely over there by McLennan. So that'll be another stolen base, this time for Rajewski. So he's at second base with 2 down. McCormick, the hitter, with B.J. Caldwell, the DH, waiting on deck for the Southfield Redbirds. 1-0. The Redbirds out in front. If you get a chance, come out to Memorial Park Field and see all the action. Just a great place to see a ball game. Here's a curveball, and this one's hit into shallow right field. Now it's carrying pretty good, and it's going to be in for a hit. That'll score another run. Rounding second and going all the way to third base. Here comes the throw, and it's not in time. That'll be a 3-base hit for Connor McCormick, and the Redbirds now lead it 2-0. So Grajewski will score. And on base with the triple is McCormick. It didn't look like that ball was hit that hard, but the wind got a hold of it. And McCormick makes it all the way to third base, and B.J. Caldwell is the hitter. 2-0 Redbirds here in the top half of the first inning. After Caldwell, it'll be the shortstop, Mason Ziegler. Schmies delivers a fastball, and this one is a called strike on the inside part of the plate. Wind up by Schmies, and there's another curveball, and this one is inside this time. So that'll even the count at 1-1. We want to thank all of our viewers who are watching this game on YouTube and Facebook Live. And let us know your comments. Send in your comments. Let us know what you think about the broadcast, whether you like it, you don't like it, whether you think the announcer's terrible, or what you think about baseball. Nothing like the sport of baseball. 2-0, Redbirds out in front. Schmies on the mound. The right-hander delivers a fastball. This one is down low for ball. Three balls, one strike. Now that's a count on DH B.J. Caldwell. Another fastball. This one is swung on and missed. Boy, a good cut taken over there by Caldwell. One of the few players that has a number on his jersey. He wears number 19. Big, strong right-hand batter. Schmies now delivers a fastball, and this one's fouled on the screen. For those of you not familiar with this league, this is a summer collegiate league, and the boys must use wooden bats. Aluminum bats are not allowed, and there is 9 innings for the game. It's not a 7-inning game. This is a 9-inning regulation game, and you must be enrolled in college to participate. The pitch is swung on and missed. Strikeout number 2 for Schmies, but the Redbirds do a little damage in the opening inning. They come up with 2 runs on 1 hit, and the score at the end of a half inning of play is the Southfield Redbirds 2 with the Royal Oak Leprechauns coming to bat.
I'm in the big leagues, told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Told him that I gotta go, dog. I'm riding the road, y'all. I think that I'm back in my bag now, so I need that go, y'all. Got hits when he throwing the fastball. Just too quick for it, peeling off like the whip orange. Seen they effort, this boy, I got too much I gotta tend to. Car payments and the rent due. Told y'all that I'm 6 foot, but with the money statement I'm 10-2. Too much that I've been through, so I put it all in that rear view. Clean money in a black whip, got old problems with the friends new. Yeah, I'm in the big leagues, told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. Yeah, I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah.
Bottom half of the first inning, and leading off for the Leprechauns will be the center fielder, number 4, Chase Franken. And let's set that lineup for you defensively for the Redbirds. Out on the mound is number 28, the left-hander, Jay Walkowiak. His catcher is Smith. Around the infield, they have Zeller at third, Ziegler at short, Cortez at second, and McCormick at first base. And in the outfield, they have Flowers, Phillips, and Grajewski. That's from left to right field. So interesting infielders, Zeller and Ziegler, third baseman and second baseman. So Chase Franklin will lead things off here for the Leprechauns. They got off to kind of a slow start last year at home, losing their first couple of games. Then they went on a tear. And for whatever reason, the Leprechauns did much better against the Michigan teams last year than they did against the Ohio teams. In the division, there is 4 Michigan teams and there's 4 Ohio teams. Here's the pitch, and this one is in tight for ball. The Muskegon Clippers are one of the teams. Of course, the Leprechauns, the Sterling Heights Jetbox. Pitch is outside for ball. And the Michigan Monarchs would be the 4 Michigan teams from the league. The top 2 teams will make the playoffs from the North Division, which the Leprechauns play in. As the pitch is outside, it's ball 4. And the top 2 teams from the South Division, which comprise of the Ohio teams, some other Ohio teams.
And one thing I wanted to mention here, Ed, we just want to thank ROK, Royal Oak Local Access Channel, for live streaming all of our home games this season. We really appreciate Richard over there and all of his help streaming these games. So just want to give those guys a shout out.
Okay, and we've got a special guest over here coming with us for the bottom half of the first inning. Meanwhile, the pitch is in tight for ball, and stealing second base is Chase Franklin. So McLennan, who is a returnee from last year, is at second base. Here's the pitch, and this one is in tight for ball. So it's 1 ball and no strikes. Now the windup by the left-hander. Meanwhile, stealing third over there, we got a stolen base for Chase Franklin. He moves all the way over to third base. So the Leprechauns, trying to answer back here in the bottom half of the first inning, now have a runner at third base and nobody down. And with me is Tommy Allman, number 21, a right-hand pitcher from Farmington Hills, and he attends Jacksonville University, just a freshman on the team. And looks like the Leprechauns are going to answer back here in the bottom half of the first inning.
Oh, definitely. I think they will. 100%.
What's it like? So what's it like playing regular college baseball over at Jacksonville University? Now you come to the Leprechauns. You got brand new teammates, brand new coaching staff. Is it a big adjustment for you guys coming over?
Not too big. It's just a game of baseball. We're all playing it the same way everywhere we go. Great team here.
And we had a chance to talk to most of the pitchers on the team, and we asked a series of questions. And one of the questions I asked is favorite coach. Did you have a favorite coach going through high school or maybe in Little League or even with your current college team? Did you have a favorite coach and why?
I'd say my favorite coach was just probably my dad growing up. He taught me the most about life and baseball.
The windup by the left-hander, and the pitch is outside for ball. Now, in this league, the batters have to use wood bats. Being a pitcher, what do you think about that? Would you prefer that they use wood bats, or it really doesn't make any difference to you?
I love it. Makes it harder for them, so it makes it easier for me.
Pitch is inside. I believe the ball, he got hit by the pitch. You're telling the batter to go back to third base, so the Leprechauns off to a pretty good start over here. So now they got the bases loaded and nobody down. It looks like we're going to answer back here in the first inning. Have you had a chance to talk very much with your teammates? You probably have only been together now, I guess, for maybe 3 or 4 days. What's it like getting a bunch of new teammates?
Nothing new. Switching teams all throughout high school and now in college on a new team. Yesterday was my first day here.
Oh, okay.
But I got a couple friends already.
So you're really brand new.
Yeah.
Pitch is in tight for ball. We're talking with Tommy Allman, right-hand pitcher from Farmington Hills. He attends Jacksonville University. Here's the pitch, and this one is a called strike on the outside part of the plate. The hitter is Zach Horkey. I had him down for 34, but looks like his number is actually 44. Pitch is down low for ball. Waiting on deck is Alex Cole. So Chase Franklin got a walk, stole a couple of bases. McLennan walked, and Gannon was hit by a pitch. So the Leprechauns trailing 2-0 here in the opening inning. Now potentially could tie this game up with a single or maybe take the lead with a double. Here's the pitch, and this one is in tight, and that one looks like it hit him. So that'll be a hit batsman, and coming in to score will be Franklin. So we're right back in the game. It's 2-1. And that'll bring up the first baseman, number 24,
Now
Alex
batting
Cole.
first baseman, number 24, Alex Cole. Number 24, Alex Cole.
Boy, what a difference. Yesterday was media day, and it was about 90 degrees out here, and now we got an overcast day. But that's baseball, right? You learn to play in all different kinds of weather.
Yeah, except for the South, you don't play in the cold.
Well, I had a chance one time to interview with Sparky Anderson, and he came over to the Junior League World Series with his team from Thousand Oaks, California, and I asked him, as the pitch is outside for ball, I said, Sparky, do you think that the kids who play in warm weather areas, like Florida or California, do they have an advantage over the kids that play from maybe Michigan and Ohio in the colder areas? And he thought they did. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that. It seems like a different game down there. Their fundamentals are just natural to them.
And Tommy, what is the game plan for you as far as pitching? Will you be pitching? I know you're not pitching today, but maybe tomorrow or maybe on Friday. What has the coach told you?
I'll be starting the game tomorrow.
Oh,
Throwing
great.
a couple innings, and I'll be starting on Sunday.
Oh, great. Now the windup by the left-hander. He struggled here in the opening inning. He's walked a batter, and he has two batters that were hit by the pitch. Here's a bouncing ball, hit the second. They'll go to second base for one. The relay not in time. Another run scores, and we're right back in the ball game. We're all tied up 2 apiece now. As coming in to score is McLennan. And I guess in that situation, you'll take that, a run for an out. The next hitter is the third baseman, number 5, Jacob Yarbury. 2-2 here in the top half of the first inning. The Redbirds from Southfield and the Royal Oak Leprechauns. The pitch is inside for ball. And they'll go over to first base with the throw. So Ganem is at third base. Cole, who was safe on the fielder's choice play, is at first. There's another throw over there. And back in time is Cole.
Check this live on YouTube and Facebook. Just look for your Royal Oak Leprechauns across social media as well.
Leprechauns with runners at first and third, one down here in the bottom half of the first inning. The Redbirds scored 2 runs, and the Leprechauns have answered back here in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. Fastball. This one is swung on and missed. Jacob Yarbury, the third baseman for the Leprechauns. Right-hand batter. Defensively, they're playing them pretty much straight away. There goes a runner down to second. Here comes the throw. It's a high throw. Goes into center field. That'll get another run in. And going over to third base is Alex Cole. And the throw to third, let's see, he's safe. So looks like both teams got a little bit of the jitters here. But that's baseball, though, in the first game, right? You got to get the kinks out, I guess.
Yeah, you just got to play the game here.
So Leprechauns now with a third run. And so both catchers have had an error on the throwing error. And moving all the way down to third is Cole. Yarbury, the hitter. It's now 3-2 Leprechauns as the pitch is swung on and missed. They'll have to throw down to first base to get the official put out. So that'll be a strikeout on Yarbury. And that's 2 down. And that'll leave it up to the second baseman, Drew Hennig, number 7. So Franken, McLennan, and Ganem, the first 3 batters for the Leprechauns, have all scored here in the bottom half of the first inning. This is Ed Contos along with my special guest pitcher Tommy Allman, number 21 for the Leprechauns. Pitch is a strike called. So how did you do playing for Jacksonville? What were your stats like? You remember what your record was?
I only had a couple innings. I
Okay.
didn't have as big of a role on the team this year, being a freshman.
Freshman, okay.
Team did well, though.
So what's the difference like going from, you're a freshman, so going from varsity, how many years did you play in the varsity in high school as a pitcher swung on and missed?
I was on varsity for 3 years.
For 3 years, okay. So is there a big change going from high school baseball to going to, the athletes much stronger in college?
Yeah,
maybe plays a little bit faster?
Yeah, it took a bit for me to adjust to that. On the college team, I've noticed that it's all the top guys in high school.
It's almost like going from a high school team, which in some cases might be an average team, then you come to a good college team, like in Jacksonville, and it's like playing against all-stars, right?
Right.
Pitch is fouled on the screen. The hitter is the second baseman, Drew Hennig, number 7. So you mentioned that you're going to pitch tomorrow for a couple innings. What is your workouts like? Will you be pitching it all, warming it up at all today, or pretty much shutting it down until tomorrow?
I tossed a little bit today. You got to keep the blood going. Can't take a day off. Didn't stretch it out much. Just did my normal routine and get at it tomorrow.
Now, when you played in Jacksonville, did they have a natural turf there, or was it artificial turf? As the pitch is taken inside for ball, it's another walk. What was the turf like over there? Natural turf?
Oh, yeah, it's all grass and clay. Really nice field.
Okay, so you're coming over here with the artificial turf. What do you think about the turf here at Memorial Park Field?
I like the turf. For the pitching standpoint on the mound, I'm not a big fan of it. No metal cleats, but it's an adjustment.
We're in the bottom half of the first inning. The Leprechauns now have runners at first and third. They've cashed in with 3 runs here in the bottom of the first inning. And, boy, this is the third player that's been hit by a pitch. Have you ever seen a game that you're a pitcher? Have you ever hit 3 players in the same inning?
This is a first.
That's the nice thing about baseball is there's always something new, something that you either haven't seen in a long time or something that you've never seen. Well, this is 3 hit batsmen in the first inning.
You just got to keep showing up, show up tomorrow, and go back at it.
So now the bases are loaded, and the Leprechauns have a chance to really bust this one open as the pitch is taken outside for ball. So Reese Trahey, the DH, number 11, is the 9th player to bat for the Leprechauns here in the bottom of the first inning. This one is a fastball, and it's in tight for ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Leprechauns have 3 walks in the inning. There's been 3 players hit by the pitch. As the pitch is a foul ball hit over on the third base side. So we've got 3 runs without the aid of a hit. There's another unusual stat for you. But you'll take the walks, right?
Oh, we'll take them.
Wind up by the left-hander, and the pitch is a sidearm curveball, and it's swung on and missed. And that's all for Trahey, and that's all for the Leprechauns here in the bottom half of the first inning. But they come up with 3 runs without the aid of a hit. And the score at the end of 1 complete inning of play is now the Leprechauns 3 and Southfield 2. And Tommy, thanks a lot for coming up here. Good luck to you. Good luck on your start tomorrow. Good luck to the Leprechauns this year. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you. Doing a good job. Appreciate having you.
Tommy Allman, the fine pitcher for the Leprechauns. And we move along now to the top half of the second inning with our score, the Leprechauns 3 and the Redbirds 2.
And we have Daniel. How are all the kids doing today? Let's hear it.
One of the things you'll see if you get a chance to come out to Memorial Park Field, there's various activities that go on. They have the Leprechaun race where one of the young students will race against a leprechaun. There's all kinds of things going on. They'll throw baseballs into the crowd. It's just a fun atmosphere, a great place to be for the summer. You'll have plenty of opportunities, over 20 opportunities to get out here to Memorial Park Field and see all the action. So we're in the top half of the second inning. And this inning is brought to you by Belfour and by Motor City Floors and Coatings. Belfour is the North American leader in integrated disaster recovery and property restoration services. And Motor City features one-day concrete coatings. So support our local sponsors, Belfour and Motor City. They're the sponsors for this second inning, as the Redbirds will come to bat. And we've had 5 runs already to start the season off. Not a lot of base hits, but it's been pretty exciting nonetheless. For the Redbirds, leading off will be the shortstop, Mason Ziegler. He'll be followed by Robert Cortez and then Cortez Phillips. Top half of the second inning. Ed Contos, hoping you're enjoying all the play-by-play action. Leprechaun baseball. Pretty good turnout here today. We're seeing lots of fans. Most of them are elementary school kids that had a chance to get it out to the game today, tomorrow, and also on Friday. Don't forget the season opener for the Leprechauns, or league season opener, will be on Saturday at 7:05. We expect a big crowd out here as the Leprechauns take on the Jetbox. That particular game will be a non-league game, but it is the opening day, and we're expecting a big crowd. Should be very exciting. So Ziegler steps in the box, Smee's out on the mound, and the pitch is a called strike. So one quick strike on number 10, Mason Ziegler. The game plan for Schmees is for him to pitch 2 innings in today's game. So we expect to see a new pitcher for inning number 3. You want to start off kind of slow with the season. You don't want to get the pitchers burned out to start the year off. Now the windup and the pitch, and this one is outside for ball. In fact, I stand corrected. This is Braden Rather that's out on the mound, number 18. So they did make a quicking change as the pitch is swung out and missed, and that's 1 up and 1 down. So they're changing a little bit earlier than I anticipated. So that's Braden Rather out on the mound. He's from Goodrich, Michigan. He attends Albion College, and he's just a sophomore. So that's 1 down here in the second inning. And the hitter is Robert Cortez. Well, you know, Schmees did throw a lot of pitches in the opening inning, so the staff probably felt that they didn't want to overdo him as the pitch is fouled away down the third base line. Robert Cortez, the second baseman, up there batting with 1 down. Here's the pitch, and this one's a fastball, and it's fouled away on the screen.
Folks, we're going to have a lot of games here at the Lucky Corner this summer. All through
waiting on deck is Cortez Phillips, the center fielder.
Right here,
the hitter right now is Robert Cortez. Now the windup and the pitch is a curveball, and this one's hit softly into right field, drops in for a base hit. And Cortez is on at first with 1 down. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Cortez Phillips. Cortez wearing number 7 on his jersey, right-hand batter. You'll notice that they don't have consistency in the uniforms with the Redbirds. I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe their new uniforms haven't come in yet, but we've seen some of the boys wear black shirts, and Cortez Phillips up there right now with a white shirt on with the red batting helmet. Pitches a fastball down low, and there goes the runner down to second base. He'll be safe. So that'll be a pass ball, allowing the runner to move up to second. Waiting on deck is Josh Flowers. Again, remember that the Redbirds will be playing basically 2 games in 1. They're going to be switching many of their players for the second half of the game, so we'll try to keep up with all those changes for you. Here's a fastball, and this one is down low for ball. So Cortez is at second base. with one down here in the top half of the second inning. Wind up by the right-hander. Oh, this one is way inside, over the head of the batter, Phillips. And the count now is 3 balls and no strikes on the center fielder. We'll see if he's taken all the way. The pitch is down low for ball 4. So another base runner. Phillips is on at first base. So now the Redbirds, kicking up their heels here in the second inning, have runners at first and second with only one out. And coming out to talk to his pitcher, that's catcher Zach Horkey, coming out to try to settle his hurler down.
Awesome. We're glad you're here. We want to see you come back.
So the hitter is Josh Flowers, who bounced out first baseman to the pitcher in the opening inning, so he's 0 for 1. Here's a curveball, and this one is inside for ball.
And be sure and tell your folks that you want to follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram.
Josh with the black shirt on doesn't have a number.
Leprechauns. Give us a follow. Give us a few comments.
The Redbirds with 2 runs in the opening inning. Leprechauns answered back with 3 runs of their own in the bottom of the first. But now the Redbirds threatening again. Here's the pitch, and this one is a fastball down low. So that's 5 balls in a row now. Delivered by Braden Rather. See if he can get this one over the plate. Here's a bouncing ball hit over on the right side. First baseman to the pitcher covering, and they get the out, but both runners do move up. So moving over to third is Cortez, and Phillips is at second. But the big thing is there's 2 down now, and that's the second time in the game that Flowers has bounced out first baseman to the pitcher, 3-1. But in this case, he did move both runners up, and that'll bring up Mason Zeeler, the third baseman, who walked and scored a run, also had a stolen base in the opening inning. Now he's wearing a gray shirt. 2 runners aboard, 2 down here in the top half of the second inning. Leprechauns lead it 3-2. Here's a fastball, a check swing. Didn't matter. It was a called strike in the upper part of the strike zone.
That's RoyalOakLeprechauns.com.
Here's the pitch, and this one is a little bit outside for ball. Mason wears the batting glove on both hands, as most of the players do. One ball, 1 strike. That's the count on Zeeler. The windup by the right-hander. A fastball, and this one is foul tipped at the plate. Mason swinging a little bit late on it. A good live fastball that time. So the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ziegler. Should he reach base, then the catcher, Greg Smith, would bat next. Big situation for the Leprechauns trying to get out of trouble. Here's a line shot, base hit down the left field line. That's going to score 2 runs. And the Redbirds jump back out on front, 4-3. Here's a throw to second, not in time. A double down the left field line for Mason Ziegler. And the Redbirds are back out in front by a score of 4-3. So 2 RBIs for Mason. And that'll bring up Greg Smith. So Cortez scores, as does Phillips. And we're seeing a lot of runs here in the early innings, as both teams have scored in every half inning so far. The Redbirds with 2 runs in both the first and second innings, and the Leprechauns with 3 in the bottom of the first. So if you're looking for a lot of runs, you're in the right place. If you're looking for a pitcher's battle, well, you might have to wait till tomorrow. So Greg Smith is the hitter, the catcher. Here's a curveball, and he swings late. That one might have been out of the strike zone, a little bit high. No balls, 2 strikes, a count on Greg Smith. Ziegler is at second base on that big double. There goes a runner as the pitch is fouled away. Looked like Ziegler got a pretty good jump on the play, but he'll have to return to second. Rather out on the mound. There's number 18 on his jersey. Checks the runner at second. Now delivers a curveball. Nice pitch, a little bit high. Boy, that's a tough one to lay off of with 2 strikes on you. But you got to credit the batter for having a good eye on that one, as they say in baseball. Now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Smith. Here's the pitch, a fastball. This one's a little bit high for ball. That'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here comes the 2-2. Nope, they're going to check the runner back to second. Greg Smith is the hitter. Waiting on deck is Andrew Rajewski. Leprechauns trail 4-3 here in the top half of the second inning. Game number 1 of the 2022 season. There goes a runner again, a curveball. This one's popped up into shallow center field, but the center fielder is calling for it, and he makes the catch. That's Franken. So that's all for Smith, and that's all for the Redbirds here in the top half of the second inning. But they come up with 2 more runs, 2 runs on 2 hits. We go now to the bottom half of the second inning with the score, the Southfield Redbirds 4 and the Leprechauns 3. Welcome back to Memorial Park Field. We move along now to the bottom half of the second inning. And for the Leprechauns, they'll have the top of the order again. It'll be Chase Franken. He'll be followed by shortstop Connor McLennan, and then the right fielder Gavin Gainham. The Leprechauns answering back with 3 runs in the bottom half of the first inning. If they want to take the lead again, they'll need more runs here in the bottom of the second. Franken, the leadoff man, walked and scored a run in the opening inning, so he does not have an official time at bat. The first 3 batters walked. McLennan walked. Gainham was hit by a pitch. All 3 of those runners scored in the opening inning. And they say walks will come back and haunt you. It's got to be the same thing if you're hit by the pitch. 3 batters for the Leprechauns hit by the pitch in the bottom of the first inning, and that certainly helped the cause for the Leprechauns. Franken, a left-hand batter. Here's the pitch to him, and it's a called strike at the knees. While Kowiak is still out on the mound for the Redbirds. We'll see if he settles down a little bit. He had a rough first inning with a lot of walks and the hit batsmen, as we mentioned. We had a little bit of everything in the first inning, throwing errors by the catchers for both teams. Here's the pitch, and this one is, here we go again, a hit batsman. That's number 4. I wonder what the record is for that. You may have to Google that one. So a runner at first base and nobody down. That is the fourth batter that's been hit by the pitch. And the batter will be Connor McLennan. Connor walked and scored a run in the opening inning. Waiting on deck is Gavin Gainham. Here's the pitch, and this one is a called strike outside part of the plate. So the Leprechauns have scored 3 runs. They haven't had a hit yet. They trail it 4-3. We'll keep an eye on Franken. He's got a lot of speed over there. Here's a called strike inside part of the plate. Boy, last year's team was really fast with McLennan and Trent Farquhar from Michigan State University. A lot of speed at the top of the order. And that's one thing the Leprechauns liked to do last year with Kyle Kolb's team was run a lot. They did the hit and run quite a bit. Now the windup in the pitch is a ball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A count on Connor McLennan. You got a chance to play with Bush and Farquhar and a lot of other of his teammates last year. They had quite an infield for the Leprechauns. Turned a lot of great plays, a lot of double plays. And McLennan was a big part of that. And they got the runner trapped. Here comes the throw down to second. Now back to first, and he's going to get back. No, they call him out. It looked like he slid in safely, but the tag was on the back of the runner, Franken, going to first. I thought he was safe going back, but they called him out. What do you think, Alex? Do you think he was safe?
I think it was safe.
Yeah, I third that, man. From up here in the tower, looked like he made it there. But, hey, these guys have a tough job out there.
I guess our vote doesn't count. Okay, so now there's 1 out with nobody on, and the pitch is swung on and missed, and how an inning can change around in a hurry. Just a moment ago, there was a runner on first, nobody down, and Franken took off to try to steal second base. He was cut down, and then McLennan strikes out. So instead of a runner at first base and nobody down, now you've got 2 outs and nobody on, and that'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Gavin Gainham. Pitch is outside for ball. So I believe the scoring on that was 1-3-4-1, if you're keeping score at home. 1-3-4-3, pardon me. So 2 down, nobody on. Gainham was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the opening inning. So he does not have an official time at bat either. Pitch is inside for ball. I'd love to get another look at that play because the tag was at the back to the player, and it looked like he slid in, but he was called out. This one's fouled away on the screen. That kind of reminds me of the old play in baseball. You don't see it anymore, but they used to call it the neighborhood play, where they would go for a double play and the infielder didn't have to actually tag the base. He was just in the neighborhood. Well, the runner, Franken, was caught off the bag, and it's almost like he paid the price for getting picked off. Pitch is up high for ball. Horky waiting on deck. 2 down, nobody on. We're in the bottom half of the second inning from Memorial Park Field. Ed Consos, hoping you're enjoying all the exciting action. And the pitch is outside for ball. Why not? Another walk, another base runner. The Leprechauns have had no trouble at all getting base runners. There's been several walks in the game. 4 players have been hit by pitches. They just need some timely base hits now. And that'll bring up the catcher, Zach Horky, number 44. He was hit by a pitch in the opening inning. So a runner at first, 2 down. Horky, the hitter. Pitch is a little bit outside for ball. Didn't miss by much. And this one is inside, but it catches the inside corner. It's a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count on Zach Horkey, the fine catcher, one of 3 catchers for the Leprechauns. This one is down low for ball. Don't forget 2 more games, day games, coming up tomorrow, Thursday, and again on Friday before the season opener on Saturday at 7:05 against the Jetbox. Pitch is outside for ball. Most of the games on the schedule are 7:05 evening games, with the exception being these 3 day games where the school-age kids are able to attend the games. Bouncing ball snared by the pitcher. Underhanded throw to first base is going to be in time. So score that one 1-3. And that's all for the Leprechauns here in the bottom half of the second inning. No runs, no hits. There was 1 walk in the inning, 1 hit batsman. And the score at the end of 2 complete innings of play from Memorial Park Field remains the Southfield Redbirds 4 and the Leprechauns 3. So we move along now to the top half of the third inning, and the third inning is brought to you by Miners Den Jewelers. We want to thank all of our fine sponsors for bringing you all the action in today's game, and patronize our sponsors. They certainly approve of you coming by. Mention that you heard the game on YouTube or Facebook Live. And be sure to comment if you're viewing the game on Facebook Live or YouTube. Let us know what you think about it. Share your comments with us. We'd like to hear from you. For the Redbirds in the top half of the third inning, they're going to send up their 4th, 5th, and 6th hitters. That'll be Andrew Grajewski. He'll be followed by Connor McCormick and then B.J. Caldwell. And you can see some of the kids over by the third base line. And that's the choir, I believe, who's going to be giving us a nice song.
All right. The Greenfield Honors Choir. Give them a big hand.
Light Up the World Choir. What a nice rendition down the third base line to cheer up the fans here in the top half of the third inning. And we've seen a lot of scoring action already as the Redbirds scored 2 runs in the top of the first, 2 more in the top of the second. They lead it 4-3. The leadoff hitter is the right fielder, Andrew Grajewski, who walked and scored a run in the opening inning. So officially no time at bat. Defensively, the Leprechauns playing them pretty much straight away. They are back at second and shortstop as they're at the edge of the outfield grass. This is a turf field. It is natural grass, however, in the outfield. And this is probably the weirdest dimensions you'll ever see attending a game. It's 388 feet down the left field line to try to hit one out of here. It's further down the left field line than it is in any other part of the ballpark. So the dimensions are really strange. In right field, it's 330 feet out. So it's much harder to hit one in left field than it is in right. Pitch is swung on and missed. Another strikeout for the Leprechauns. The wind is blowing out the left field, so it should help a ball hit out in that direction. So 1 down, and for Leprechaun pitching, that is strikeout number 4. Schmies, while he was in there, had 2 strikeouts, and now that's the second strikeout in the ball game for pitcher number 2 as the pitch is inside for ball. This is Rather out on the mound, getting his second strikeout, so 4 for the team. Here's a fastball swung on and missed. Good live fastball by the right-hander. McCormick, the hitter, he hit that big triple, you remember, over on the right field side in the opening inning. That was a big blow for the Redbirds in the first inning. Fastball swung on and missed. He swung a little late on that one, however. B.J. Caldwell, the DH, waiting on deck for the Redbirds. Leprechauns will be playing them the next 2 games as they open up their season. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's the count on Connor. Pitch is outside for ball. Here's the pitch, a fastball. Again, swinging late on the pitch was McCormick. He fouls it off the screen, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. You're viewing Royal Oak Leprechaun baseball. This is their second season. Pitch is a curveball, and again, this one is hit over on the right side, and a shallow right. Doesn't look like anybody called for it, but finally making the catch out there was the right fielder. So that's 2 down, and that'll bring up B.J. Caldwell. B.J., the designated hitter in the ball game, struck out in the opening inning, so he is 0 for 1. Pitch is swung on and missed, so credit that last put out to the right fielder Gainham, as the second baseman Hennig and Gainham were both converging on that one. Didn't look like anybody called for it. Usually the outfielder in a case like that is the captain, and he'll call off the infielder if he thinks he can make the play. So Caldwell, the DH, batting now. 2 down, nobody on. Here's the pitch, another fastball. Bouncing ball hit past the pitcher over to second. Here comes the throw, and it's in time. Hennig over to Cole. Score that one 4-3. And for the first time in the ball game, the Leprechauns were able to put the Redbirds down 1-2-3, 3 up and 3 down. So at the end of 2.5 innings of play, the score remains the Redbirds 4, the Leprechauns 3, bottom half of inning number 3 coming up. And for the Leprechauns, it'll be their 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Alex Cole will be leading off. He'll be followed by Jacob Yarberry and then Drew Hennig. Cole, the leadoff hitter, is from Ypsilanti, Michigan. He attends Northwood University, and he is a junior. And again, the only requirements of this league are that you be a college player. You have to be a college player. The Leprechauns can hire anybody, a college player anywhere in the country. So most of their players are from Michigan, but they have players from California. Last year, they had players from Florida on the team. One difference in the schedule, if you follow the team closely, last year, due to COVID, the players were on the move all the time. When they had road games, they would play one game maybe in Muskegon, come back here to Royal Oak, play a game, then they might be off to Milford to play the Jetbox. This year's schedule is a little bit easier on the players because they're basically 3-game increments. Just like the Tigers play 3 games against the Twins or the White Sox, the Leprechauns will play 3 games in a row against league opponents. A lot easier on the players playing 3 games in a row and not having to travel so much. So Cole will be the leadoff man. Yarbury waiting on deck. The Leprechauns answered with 3 runs in the bottom half of the first inning, as there was 2 walks in the inning. 3 players were hit by the pitch, and the Leprechauns managed to score 3 runs and at the time take a 3-2 lead. The Southfield team came back with 2 runs in the top half of the second inning to make the score 4-3. Leprechauns not able to score in the second. We'll see if they can answer back here in the bottom half of the third inning. So leading off will be Alex Cole, left-hand batter. Open stance up there. Here's the first pitch to him, and this one is down low for ball. 1 ball, no strikes. That's the count on Cole. Here's a bouncing ball hit on the right side. Easy play for the second baseman. Score that one 4-3. That was Cortez over to McCormick. 1 up and 1 down, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Jacob Yarbury, number 40.
All right, who's having fun? We got a lot more fun coming on 3. Everybody say, go Leprechauns, go! 1, 2, 3. Oh, let's try that one more time. 1, 2, 3. All right.
PA announcer Mark Stowers trying to get the crowd revved up here as the pitch is fouled away at the plate.
Folks, our uniform just came in yesterday. I don't have a full set of numbers up here.
Jacob Yarbury, the hitter, is from Royal Oak, Michigan. He attends Corker University. And I know from talking to a few of the players yesterday, he's roommates with Eli Hopkins. They both attend Corker University, and it was nice that they got together and are roommates. Here's the pitch, and it's a curveball up high for ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's the count on Jacob Yarbury. Here's a line shot. This one is going to be a fair ball down the left field line, rounding first and hitting the second is Yarbury. Boy, that ball was about a foot fair down the right field line. Kind of hard to tell where they have the fence there, but it did drop in, and the Leprechauns finally get their first hit by Jacob Yarbury. They have a runner in scoring position, and that'll bring up Drew Hennig. Drew walked in the opening inning, so he does not have an official time at bat.
Everybody say go, Drew, go.
Drew wearing that lucky number 7, right-hand batter. Here's the pitch, and well, he's hit by the pitch. That is hitter number 5 that has been hit by the pitch. Unbelievable. Well, if they're going to give out free passes, the Leprechauns will gladly take them. So they now have runners at first and second. And now the manager is going to be going out to talk to his hurler, and it looks like he's going to make a change right here. Well, they say the third time is the charm. I guess the fifth time is the time you take the pitcher out of the ball game. So the Leprechauns with runners at first and second. And we don't have a roster of the players, so it's going to be hard for us to tell you who's out there on the mound. Maybe we could find out for you. At any rate, they are changing pitchers, with the Leprechauns threatening here in the bottom half of the third inning and trailing by a score of 4-3. The Leprechauns have two more ball games against this team from Southfield tomorrow morning starting at 11:05. And again, on Friday at 11:05, they open up their league season against the Jetbox. It's opening day, although technically it is not a league game, but it's going to be a lot of excitement here at Memorial Park Field as the Jetbox, kind of their nemesis for the Leprechauns. They take them on Saturday night at 7:05. So this inning started with a putout. Alex Cole, second baseman to first baseman. Then Yarberry doubled down the left field line. So the Leprechauns with runners at first and second, one down. We're in the bottom half of the third inning, in case you just joined us. The Redbirds scoring 2 runs in the opening inning, 2 more in the second inning. The Leprechauns, without the aid of a hit, answered back with 3 runs in the bottom half of the first inning. So that's where we stand. The Redbirds 4, the Leprechauns 3. However, the Leprechauns with a great scoring opportunity here in the bottom half of the third inning, with runners at first and second and 1 down. Well, we hope the rain will stay away for a while. It's very cloudy here at Memorial Park Field, a little on the windy side. What a difference from yesterday when it was about 92 degrees. We hope the weather will hold off. The Leprechauns, as I mentioned earlier, are in the North Division of the Great Lakes Summer League. There's 4 Michigan teams, 4 Ohio teams, and the top 2 teams from each division, from the North and South Division, will make the playoffs. Leprechauns just missed out last year with a record of 23 wins and 19 losses. They finished in 3rd place. We'll see if they can make the playoffs this year. A lot of excitement about this team. New players for the most part, new coaching staff. A lot of excitement here at the corner. Okay, we're ready to go once again. Here's the pitch, and this one is a fastball, and it's fouled away over behind home plate. 1 quick strike on Matt Jennings, the left fielder for the Leprechauns. He was hit by a pitch in the opening inning. And here's a fastball, and this one is a called strike. There's a big opening for the Leprechauns over on the right side as the second baseman Cortez is trying to keep the runner close. Should they try to go between Cortez at second and McCormick at first base, there's a big hole over on the right side. A base hit right here could tie the ball game up for the Leprechauns. Here's the pitch, a fastball and a line shot. This one's hit foul over on the first base side. Good contact made that time by Matt, but swing just a little bit late. Looked like he was trying to go exactly where I was talking about, between second and first base. It's almost like the shift that the major leaguers use, which they won't be able to use next year anymore. But the whole right side virtually, as the pitch is swung on and missed by Matt, he had the whole right side to go to. He might have swung at a bad pitch there. He strikes out, and that'll leave it up to the DH, Reese Trahey, number 11. Reese struck out in the opening inning, so he's 0 for 1. Runners at first and second. 2 down here in the bottom half of the third inning. Ed Contos hoping you're enjoying the broadcast on Facebook Live. Here's the pitch. Fastball. This one is a called strike. Home plate umpire taking his time. Then he came up with the right hand. Should Reese reach base, then it'll be Chase Franken on deck for the Leprechauns. The right-hander delivers, and this one is outside for ball. That one didn't miss by much. The count now goes to 1 ball, 1 strike on Reese Trahey, the DH for Royal Oak. The 1-1. Bouncing ball hit on the right side. Gets past the first baseman. That might score a run. Rounding third and coming in to score is Yarberry, and we're all tied up. So another error this time to the first baseman, and that'll tie the ball game up 4-4. So the third error committed in the game, 2 to the Redbirds, 1 to the Leprechauns, and it's a 4-4 score, and that'll bring up Chase Franken. He has walked, was hit by a pitch, so he does not have an official time at bat. You know, he's got to be chopping at the bit after getting caught in that rundown between first and second and then tagged out. He has an opportunity to get an RBI right here with runners at first and third. So Hennig is at third base. Trahey, who was safe on the year, is at first. Runners at first and third, 2 down, 1 run in for the Leprechauns here in the bottom of the third. Pitch is down low for ball.
Dawn from Snowbit is here in left field. She's got that shaved ice and a flavor that you want, a flavor you need. Head on out there.
Wind still blowing slightly out to left field. Might be coming in a little bit. Leprechauns trying to take the lead here in the bottom of the third inning. We're all tied up at 4. Here's the pitch, a fastball. He checks the swing, but it's a called strike. Now the windup, there goes a runner down to second. Here's a little chopper hit to the shortstop. He's got to hurry, high throw, and the runner is safe. The run comes in to score. That was a tough play because once that ball bounced up about 10 feet in the air, the shortstop Ziegler didn't have much of an opportunity. I knew he'd have to get rid of it in a hurry, and that'll go as a base hit for Franken and an RBI. And the Leprechauns are back out in front, 5-4. Coming in to score is Hennig. And moving on down to third base is Trahey. Safe at first on the single is Franken. The Leprechauns back out in front, 5-4. McLennan is the hitter. Here's a fastball down low. Connor so far in the ball game walked and scored a run in the opening inning, and he struck out in the second inning. Pitch is outside for ball. Great defensive player, McLennan. Last year, I can remember so many double plays turned by Connor and also by Trent Farquhar. Farquhar, by the way, was the defensive player of the year for Michigan State, and he was a Leprechaun. The Leprechauns had 6 All-Stars last year. They checked the runner back to second. Here's the pitch, and here comes the throw down to second base, and it's going to go into center field, and nobody's able to move up. Oh, boy. The throw now going back to first base. Everybody's safe, but that's a very unusual play because the catcher overthrew the runner at second, but everybody got back to where they started. So Trahey is at second and Franken still at first. So the catcher gets away with a non-error there, even though he threw the ball into center field. Nobody advanced, no harm done. So still runners at first and second. Here's the pitch, a fastball, bouncing ball, hit to short. They'll go to second for the easy force out. So score that one 6-4. And that's all for the Leprechauns. However, they come up with 2 runs on 2 hits. And the score at the end of 3 innings of play is now the Leprechauns 5 and the Redbirds 4.
They're bringing out the chairs. Now, all you participants.
Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name.
Welcome back to Memorial Park Field, the 4th inning. And the 4th inning is brought to you by the Woodward Corner Market. They're located just on the other side of the center field fence across Woodward. The Woodward Corner Market, a Meyer brand, is your new neighborhood grocery store focused on bringing fresh, affordable, and local products to Royal Oak. They are a green banner sponsor for your Royal Oak Leprechauns. And we want to thank the Woodward Corner Market for being a great sponsor. So for the Redbirds, who are in the top half of the 4th inning, they'll send up their 7, 8, and 9 hitters. And again, we told you that the players will be changing midway through this game, so we'll keep an eye on that. Some of the players we have numbers for, some of them we don't. But the first 3 scheduled batters are number 10, Mason Ziegler, the shortstop. He'll be followed by Robert Cortez, and then the center fielder, Cortez Phillips. 5-4, Leprechauns out in front. It's been a seesaw battle here at Memorial Park Field. So if you like a lot of runs, this is the place to be right now. Ziegler, so far in the ball game, has struck out, so he's 0 for 1. One of the activities that was going on down the first base line is the musical cheers. And they're congratulating the winners. What a thrill it is for the kids to come out to the game. So Ziegler leads things off. And looks like we got another pitching change for the Leprechauns. Looks like that's number 32 coming in the ball game. Jim Love. So Jim Love is the new pitcher. Pitch is inside for ball. Love is a tall, lanky right-hand thrower. Looks like he's got a pretty good fastball. Here's the pitch, and this one is fouled away at the plate. We want to thank my guest, Tommy Allman, who was with me in the bottom half of the first inning, as this one is fouled away down the right field line.
There's our
1 ball, 2 strikes. That's the count on Mason Ziegler.
great job, guys and gals.
Nice curveball. Just misses a little bit outside. Boy, that's got to be a tough pitch to hit right there.
Bring your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your uncle.
So the count is even at 2-2. And again, a tough pitch to lay off of, but it's a ball outside, maybe just a little bit high. And we got a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now the windup by the right-hander. The payoff pitch is up high for ball. It's a base on balls. The last 3 pitches being fairly close, but give credit to Ziegler. He's on at first base with nobody down. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Robert Cortez. Love throws a fastball at about 92 miles an hour. I talked to him about a month ago as the pitch is inside for ball. At that time, he was 6-2 on his college team, so he's getting a lot of action. He also throws a curveball and a changeup. And in his first 2 starts, he had 5 strikeouts and pitched 2 innings, allowing no hits. So he's quite a pitcher out there. Now, of course, on the Leprechauns for the summer months. Leprechauns with a 42-game schedule. You can hear all the home games here on YouTube and Facebook Live. Nice curveball, swung on and missed as the hitter Robert Cortez was way out in front of that one. Here's the throw back to first base. The ball gets by the first baseman, and he's going to try to get to second. Here comes the throw. It's going to be close. Did he get him? No signal yet. I believe they got him at second base. Well, he kind of hesitated as the throw over there was bobbled by the first baseman. The runner, Ziegler, took his time, and I thought he left kind of late. Sure enough, he gets picked off at second trying to go down to second base. Pitch is fouled on the screen. So we'll score that one 1-4 on the putout. And instead of a runner at first and no outs, now you've got 1 out and nobody on base with Robert Cortez, the hitter. This one is outside for ball. We're going to throw it down to first base. Actually swing at the pitch, so it's going to be a strikeout. So that's 2 down. And that'll leave it up to Cortez Phillips, the center fielder, number 7. Cortez walked and scored a run in his only plate appearance in the second inning, so he does not have an official time at bat. So 2 outs, nobody on, and the pitch is a curveball, and this one is popped up to the second baseman who makes the catch. And that's all for Phillips. And that's all for the Redbirds here in the 4th inning. Nothing across, no runs, no hits, 1 walk in the inning. And the score at the end of 3.5 innings of play remains the Leprechauns 5 and the Southfield Redbirds 4.
Nobody's harder than me, I'm a breaker of chains, I'm living it free. Trust what I said and not what you see. Nobody keep it in order like me. I'm really a beast and I'm out in the wild. The girl in my eye and I want it right now. That's a vow and I gotta get it, the victory's mine. You trying to compete, it's wasted time. Came from the bottom but now I'm in front of the line. In front of the haters, I turn them to motivators. I don't owe them no favors and any beef and get catered. I'm on my way, doing my flex, running it up, getting my checks. I got the power, give me respect. I live this life and on to the next. Respect. I live this life, then on to the next. Give me respect. I live this life, then on to the next. I flex different than them boys that have been grinding strong. You just gotta win up cause his money and his fortune long. But I'ma get my bag every day, it don't matter what you want. Make sure you check yourself, talk about me, what you talking wrong. Closer to home I can get. Certified OG, paid all my debt. With my flows, power supreme. Come from below, it's in my genes. I talk what I like, that's real nice things. Bow down before approaching the king. Muscle strong, think money and power. I hop on the track like I hop in the shower. Brick at the brick like I'm building a tower. And I'ma do that into my final hour. And my brain growing like a flower. I get it bad, I don't be in it. I'm on my way, doing my flex, running it up, getting my checks. I got the power, give me respect. I live this life, then on to the next. Respect. I live this life, then on to the next.
The bottom half of the 4th inning, and the good news is the Leprechauns lead it by a score of 5-4. The potential bad news is I just felt a couple of raindrops. We might be getting a little drizzle here at the field, Memorial Park. We hope the weatherman cooperates here for the rest of this ball game. But the Leprechauns will be trying to add to their 5-4 advantage. And the leadoff man, Chase Franken, will be batting the center fielder. Here's the pitch, and this is a curveball line shot just outside the line, foul. 1 strike to Chase Franken. Here's the pitch, and this one is popped foul down the right field line. And we've got a pinch hitter as batting now this is number 39. And I don't have a 39 on my roster. We'll try to figure out who this is.
You can pull his desk up, and you can sit behind him if you want. How is this going? You're fine right there.
Here's the pitch, and this one is outside for ball. Who is this batting? Oh. This is Gavin Gainham batting now for the Leprechauns. Pitch is swung on and missed. So that he is batting for himself. He's not a pinch hitter. I was just looking on the wrong column on my scorebook. This is game 1, so I'm allowed a mistake, I guess. Anyway, that's 1 down, and the hitter is Zach Horkey. Zach, so far in the ball game, was hit by a pitch, and he bounced out. Here's a pop-up on the right side. The second baseman is calling for it. Now the first baseman takes over, and he'll make the catch. So that's 2 down.
I appreciate the help.
And that'll leave it up to the first baseman, Alex Cole. So credit that put out to first baseman McCormick. 2 down, nobody on. And this is the bottom of the 4th inning. So in a 9-inning game, it should be an official game for those of you that keep track of those things after 5 innings. But we're in the bottom of the 4th right now, and it's sprinkling a little bit harder. Pitch is down low for ball. We do have a tent set up here that should keep some of the rain out, but the fans are now scrambling as they don't have any cover. Here's the pitch, and this one is a little bit outside. 2 balls, no strikes. That's the count to Alex Cole, the first baseman, number 24. 5-4, Leprechauns out in front here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's another fastball, and this one is outside for ball. Again, that one didn't miss by much. Three balls, no strikes, the count on Alex Cole, the big first baseman for the Leprechauns. The windup by the right-hander, and the pitch is another fastball. And this one is outside for ball, so a free pass. So a runner at first with 2 down, and that'll leave it up to Jacob Yarberry, the third baseman. Jacob has struck out in the game, and he doubled and scored a run in the 3rd inning. Pitch to him is a nice curveball. This one is a called strike. Runner at first, 2 down. Here's a fastball, and this one is in tight for ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's the count to Jacob Yarberry, the fine third baseman for the Leprechauns. Another fastball, and this one's popped up foul down the first base line over near the Leprechaun dugout. Leprechauns over on the first base side and the visitors on the third base side. We hope the rain will stay away for a little while longer, at least for another inning, so the Leprechauns can get a win. Another fastball, and this one swung on and missed. So that's all for Yarberry, and that's all for the Leprechauns here in the fourth inning. No runs, one walk in the inning, and the score at the end of 4 complete innings of play remains the Leprechauns 5 and the Southfield Redbirds 4. The top of the 5th inning coming up, and this 5th inning is brought to you by Hotel Royal Oak, the official hotel of the Royal Oak Leprechauns, where you can take a vacation right here in Royal Oak. Okay, what's going on down there on the field is the race between one of the students and the Leprechaun, and the Leprechaun is way behind. He just now reaches second base, and the student's going to beat him with ease. He's rounding third, coming in to score, and look at that. He's slowing down, trying to let the Leprechaun catch up. It's not a contest. The Leprechaun loses. He's 0 for 1 for the year, and the student is the winner. Leprechaun now will finally score. Well, we need to get him on the exercise bike. He was a little bit slow on that run around the bases.
Too many hot dogs for Patio Dinger, I think, Mr. Contos.
I guess so, boy. Keep him out of the beer tent, too. Okay, for the Redbirds here in the top half of the 5th inning, it'll be the left fielder, Josh Flowers, the first scheduled batter. Then it'll be the third baseman, Mason Ziegler, and then the catcher, Greg Smith. The Redbirds scored 2 runs in the top of the 1st inning, got 2 more in the 2nd, and that's been it for them. The Leprechauns scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 1st inning, and then they got 2 more in the bottom of the 3rd, and that's where we stand, 5-4. It is sprinkling here at Memorial Park Field. We are in the top half of the 5th inning, so if the Leprechauns can get the Redbirds out, this would be an official game. We hope the game goes 9 innings, but as long as the Redbirds bat at least 5 times and they're trailing, they would lose the game and Leprechauns would be the winner. Here's the pitch, and this one is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Oh, we got a new pitcher, okay. Oh, they switched the players out on the field. Okay, there's a bouncing ball. Hit foul down the first baseline. Jake DeLauda just let me know that they switched players, so now they're on the second half of the player list. The plan by the manager of the Redbirds was to switch at the halfway point, and this is what they're considering it. So batting now is James Berry, number 14. So Berry is in the ball game replacing Flowers. He's the hitter. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes to the new left fielder, James Berry. While Flowers was in there, he bounced out twice, first baseman to the pitcher. Now the windup by the right-hander, and it's down low for ball. Didn't look like it missed by much. We got a pretty good broadcast location here. I can tell on most pitches what the umpire is going to call. Sometimes it's hard to see the low pitches. The next pitch is taken outside for ball. That'll be a base on balls for James Berry. So he is at first base with nobody down here in the first inning, or here in the 5th inning, I should say. First time he's batted. And that'll bring up Mason Melez, the third baseman. Mason Melez now batting. Here's the pitch, and here's a fastball, and this one's right over the heart of the plate, called strike. Love still pitching. He is the third pitcher in the ball game for the Leprechauns. Here's a bouncing ball hit to third, bobbled by the third baseman. Long throw across is not going to be in time, so that's going to be an error to Yarberry, allowing the runner to be safe at first. So both runners move up. Berry takes second. It was kind of a tough play for Yarberry because the ball wasn't hit very hard. He fielded it on 2 bounces, but after he bobbled the ball, that made it an even tougher play, and everybody is safe. So that's an error to the third baseman. So runners at first and second. And again, it's starting to rain even harder here at the ballpark. And I'm soon going to have some wet papers. The pitch is outside for ball. Both runners are going to move up. So now you've got runners at second and third with nobody down. Now we got a confab going on out on the mound. Runners at second and third.
Watch Mr. Sackett down there. He's got some direction.
Nobody down.
We're going to try to get everybody into safety during this bad weather. Thanks for coming out, though.
So Berry is at second and Melez is at third. Again, it continues to rain hard. It may be just a matter of time before the umpire calls for a delay here in the game. He's coming out to talk to the pitching coach right now. And now the players are coming off the field, and we're going to have a rain delay here at the old ballpark. We're in the top half of the 5th inning. The Leprechauns lead it by a score of 5-4. Southfield has runners at second and third and nobody down. And we're now in a rain delay. The Leprechauns allowed 3 runs in the
Nobody's harder than me, I'm a breaker of chains, I'm living it free. Trust what I said and not what you see. Nobody keep it in order like me. I'm really a beast and I'm out in the wild. The will in my eye and I want it right now. That's a vow and I gotta get it, the victory's mine. You trying to compete, it's wasted time. Came from the bottom but now I'm in front of the line. In front of the haters, I turn into motivators. I don't owe them no favors and any beef and get catered. I'm on my way, doing my flex, running it up, getting my checks. I got the power, give me respect. I live this life and on to the next. I live this life, then on to the next. Give me respect. I live this life, then on to the next. I flex different than them boys that have been grinding strong. You can start a winner cause it's money and it's fortune long. But I'ma get my bag every day, it don't matter what you want. Make sure you check yourself, talk about me, what you talking wrong. Closer to home I can get certified OG, pay it all my debt. With my flows, power supreme, come from below, it's in my genes. I talk what I like, that's real nice things. Bow down before approaching the king. Muscle strong, think money and power. I'm on the track like I hop in the shower. Look at the brick like I'm building a tower. And I'ma do that into my final hour. And my brain growing like a flower. I get it bad, I don't be in it. I'm on my way, doing my flex, running it up, getting my checks. I got the power, give me respect. I live this life, then on to the next. I live this life, then on to the next.
Hey, fans, thank you for your patience. I know we got about 24, 25 people watching still. We're in a delay of game right now. We have some lightning and rain rolling through, as you can see on your screen. Bear with us here. We're all trying to stay dry, trying to get the kids safe on the bus for their field trip. Stand by. Just a reminder, guys, June 4th, this Saturday, is our home opener. We also got our police day the following day, June 5th. We're going to honor our local PD here. And we're also going to give out a Thin Blue Line bracelet for everybody that attends.
Kind of grew up all over the country as a kid, moved around a bunch. Ended up in Michigan for high school, went to Birmingham, Brother Rice, ended up going to LSU, and been in pro ball ever since. You know, my experience with collegiate baseball, summer baseball, it was I played in the Cape Cod League, and it was one of the most fun summers I've had playing baseball. It was really a great experience playing with wood bat. When I saw Mark Sackett had a team and he wanted to move it to Royal Oak and give the community a team here, I was super excited about that. And I've known Mark for a while, mostly just playing against him and his sons. But I know he's always been passionate about baseball. And when I heard about this, from people, and then I contacted him, and just the passion he had to have this team here, I got super excited, and I wanted to be a part of it as well. So it's been great. Mark's put in a ton of work so far to get things going, and I'm really excited to see where this goes. It's going to be a great thing. I think the community will benefit from it. I think this park here is for Royal Oak and just this area is a special park. I think a lot of people grew up playing in this park and these fields. So I think to have like a collegiate team with some fans and lights and a scoreboard, and I think it's a really cool thing. I know as a kid, playing in Little League, like I loved going to older, like when I was 10, I wanted to go to the 12-year-old games. When I was 12, I wanted to go to high school games. And I think, you got, Little League Park here, Royal Oak Little League, and, for those kids to come here and watch some good baseball, I think it's pretty cool.
3-2 pitch. Fly ball into right. Back at the wall. This ball is gone for a home run. And this game is tied. LeMahieu in ninth inning, game 6 hero for the Yankees. It's 4-4.
I just want to be a part of the game, and Brother Rice helped me out tremendously. This area helped me out tremendously, and I'm going to be around this area for a while. So just to stay involved and keep growing this game and in this area, and just trying to be a part of it.
Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone.
Hey, thank you for the guys still tuned in. Obviously, we're still in a rain delay. I think the league rule is 30 minutes, and then they assess after that. So stand by, guys. We appreciate your patience. We're excited for our home opener this Saturday. Make sure you get your tickets at royaloakleprechauns.com. You can also get tickets at the gate, obviously. We will be serving beer and food all night. It should be a great time. We're excited to see you guys. All the kids made it safe on the bus. We're going to get reset up here on our patio. We're going to get Mr. Conto set up with his microphone, and then we'll jump back in for our broadcast, guys. Thank you again for your patience and standing by. Go Leprechauns. And just a friendly reminder for everybody, if you become a season ticket shareholder with us, you guys will go home with a signed DJ LeMahieu ball. Again, if you guys sign up with our season tickets for the year, you guys will get a signed DJ LeMahieu ball. If you're looking for more information on our kids club, check out our kids club on our website, royaloakleprechauns.com/kids club. If you or someone you know wants to be a partner with the Royal Oak Leprechauns, reach out to us. royaloakleprechauns.com and just send us a message on there or any of our social media, and we'll set up a deal with you guys and send over some pricing sheets so you can be a premier partner.
I'm in the big leagues, told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Told him that I gotta go, dog. I'm riding the road, y'all. I think that I'm back in my bag now, so I need that go, y'all. Got hits when he throwing the fastball. Just too quick for it, peeling off like the whip orange. Seen they effort, this boy, I got too much I gotta tend to. Car payments and the rent due. Told y'all that I'm 6 foot, but with the money stabbing, I'm 10-2. Too much that I've been through, so I put it all in that rear view. Clean money in a black whip, got old problems with the friends new. Yeah, I'm in the big leagues, told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. Yeah, I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah.
Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone.
Kind of grew up all over the country as a kid, moved around a bunch. Ended up in Michigan for high school, went to Birmingham, Brother Rice, ended up going to LSU, and then been in pro ball ever since. You know, my experience with collegiate baseball, summer baseball, it was I played in the Cape Cod League, and it was one of the most fun summers I've had playing baseball. It was really a great experience, playing with wood bat. When I saw Mark Sackett had a team, and he wanted to move it to Royal Oak and give the community a team here, I was super excited about that. And I've known Mark for a while, mostly just playing against him and his sons. But I know he's always been passionate about baseball. And when I heard about this, from people, and then I contacted him, and just the passion he had to have this team here, I got super excited, and I wanted to be a part of it as well. So it's been great. Mark's put in a ton of work so far to get things going, and I'm really excited to see where this goes. It's going to be a great thing. I think the community will benefit from it. I think this park here is for Royal Oak and just this area is a special park. I think a lot of people grew up playing in this park and these fields. So I think to have like a collegiate team with some fans and lights and a scoreboard, and I think it's a really cool thing. I know as a kid, playing in Little League, like I loved going to older, like when I was 10, I wanted to go to the 12-year-old games. When I was 12, I wanted to go to high school games. And I think, you got, Little League Park here, Royal Oak Little League, and for those kids to come here and watch some good baseball, I think it's pretty cool.
3-2 pitch. Fly ball into right. Back at the wall. This ball is gone for a home run. And this game is tied. LeMahieu in ninth inning, Game 6 hero for the Yankees. It's 4-4.
I just want to be a part of the game, and Brother Rice helped me out tremendously. This area helped me out tremendously, and I'm going to be around this area for a while. So just to stay involved and keep growing this game and in this area, and just trying to be a part of it.
Can you send me a picture of theirs?
Well, hey fans, unfortunately we have some bad news. I think they officially have canceled the game. So teams are leaving, and we're going to wrap for the day. We are back here tomorrow at 11:05 for another expedition game against the Southfield Redbirds. So we hope you tune in or come to the park. Come say hi to us. 11:05 is the start. We're going to play the Southfield Redbirds tomorrow and the day after, both 11:05 a.m. games. And then our home opener, our league game, will be Saturday. So that'll be a big game. We hope to see you guys there. And that will be visit us at RoyalOakLeprechauns.com to get your tickets, or you can get your tickets at the door. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. My name's Rocky with RDS Films, and we appreciate the support, guys. If you got any questions, send us a message, leave some comments, and we'll see you for the broadcast tomorrow morning, guys. And if you're in the ballpark area, if you're in Royal Oak, we got a bunch of hot dogs left over from these kids. So we'll be here about an hour breaking down. Come by and get a free dog and say hi to us.